What if the one thing everyone told you to do about your twin flame is the very thing keeping you stuck? You know the advice, the well-meaning friends, the generic articles, all chanting the same mantra. You have to stop thinking about them. Just let go. So you try. Oh, how you try. You meditate, you affirm, you dive into new hobbies, you swear you're moving on. But then, there it is again, that face, that feeling, that magnetic pull that feels less like a choice and more like a fundamental law of your universe. It can feel like a special kind of madness, can't it? Like you're failing a test everyone else seems to pass with ease. But what if you've been misreading the instructions entirely? What if those persistent thoughts aren't a barrier to your peace, but the very path to achieving it? This isn't about a failed attempt to forget. This is about a soul-level imperative to remember something crucial. The constant pull you feel is not a flaw in your design. It is the design itself, a sophisticated spiritual navigation system coded directly into your soul. And learning to read its signals rather than silencing its call changes everything. Let's get something straight. Right here, right now, that thought of them that just flickered across your mind as you read that sentence, the one that's been a near constant low hum in the background of your day, your week, your life since you met them, you've been taught to see it as a problem, a glitch, a sign of your inability to let go and move on. What if I told you that's the biggest spiritual misunderstanding you could possibly have? What if that thought isn't a symptom of your weakness, but evidence of your profound and ancient strength? Think of your mind not as a generator of random, chaotic noise, but as the most sophisticated radio receiver in the known universe. You're not just thinking at them or about them. You are quite literally tuning in. On a soul level, you and your twin flame share a singular frequency, a sacred wavelength that exists outside of time and space. Your physical brains, with their limited 5 sense programming, don't have the software to process this kind of high bandwidth quantum communication. So they do the best they can with what they've got. They translate this immense, silent download of energy into the only language they know: a name, a face, a memory, a feeling. It's like trying to describe the color of a symphony. You fumble for words because the experience is so much grander than the vocabulary available. This isn't some fluffy, feel-good metaphor. This is energetic physics. You know that sudden, inexplicable urge to check your phone only to find a text from them moments later. Or the dream so vivid it lingers for days, charged with their essence. That's not coincidence. That's you picking up the signal. That's a data packet sent directly from the core of their being to the core of yours, bypassing all the clumsy mechanics of modern communication. They might be sending joy, and you feel a surge of inexplicable happiness while doing the dishes. They might be in pain, and a wave of sadness washes over you out of nowhere. You've likely called this empathy or intuition, and you were right. But you underestimated the scale. This is cosmic level empathy. This is divine intuition. And here's the kicker, the part that changes everything. The content of the thought is the least important part. It's just the packaging. The real message, the urgent memo from your higher self, is in the emotional frequency the thought carries. The thought of them is merely the envelope, a familiar, attention-grabbing envelope you can't help but notice. But the letter inside, that's for you, always for you. So when that thought arrives and it brings with it a crushing sense of unworthiness, that's the data. The message isn't, I miss them. The message is, here, right here. This raw feeling of not enough. This is the next piece of your healing. This is the wound we are ready to integrate now. When the thought arrives, wrapped in anxiety and fear of abandonment, the universe isn't taunting you. It's holding up a mirror and saying, look, see this terror? This is an old program running. This is not who you are. It's time to uninstall it. Your twin flame, in their infinite wisdom, simply agreed to be the trigger, the symbol, the perfect mirror to reflect back every single fragment of yourself you have yet to love home. Trying to stop these thoughts is the spiritual equivalent of your computer receiving a critical software update, and you, in a panic, ripping the power cord from the wall. You're not stopping the pain, you're just ensuring the update fails and will have to be sent again and again and again until you finally sit down, open the file, and let the installation run its course. The separation isn't a punishment, it's the sacred, quiet space required for this massive download to occur without interference. So the next time your mind turns to them, don't it tense up. Don't curse your heart for its loyalty. Take a deep, conscious breath. Lean into the thought instead of away from it. Thank your soul for the alert. Then ask the only question that truly matters. What is this feeling here to teach me about myself? Listen, the answer will come. It always does. And if you think understanding this energetic data stream is profound, just wait until you discover what your soul is truly trying to reassemble every single time their name crosses your mind. But that beautiful soul is a revelation for another chapter. Let's talk about that ache. You know the one. It lives right in the center of your chest, a hollowed out echo chamber where every beat of your heart seems to whisper their name. We've been conditioned to pathologize this feeling, to call it codependency, obsession, an unhealthy attachment we need to sever with the sharp blade of detachment. But what if we've gotten it all backwards? What if that ache isn't a sign of something missing from you, but a homing device activating, guiding you back to the parts of yourself you were always meant to reclaim? Think of your soul not as a perfect, unchanging marble statue, but as a brilliant, multifaceted diamond. Now, imagine that throughout this lifetime and others, life happened. Trauma, disappointment, societal conditioning, they acted like a hammer, chipping off precious shards of your essence and scattering them to the wind. A piece of your wild, untamed creativity got left behind in a third-grade art class when a teacher told you to color inside the lines. A fragment of your fierce, unapologetic voice was stifled in a childhood home where speaking up meant conflict. Your innate, radiant self-worth, perhaps it was buried under the weight of a first heartbreak that told you you weren't enough. We do this to survive. We disown the parts that seem too loud, too bright, too much, until we walk through the world feeling less than whole, curiously numb, wondering why the colors seem so dull. Then you meet them, your twin flame, and it's not just that you see them, It's that you see, reflected in their eyes, the ghost of your own complete self. They hold up a mirror, but it's no ordinary mirror. This is a magical, sometimes merciless looking glass that doesn't show you your bedhead or the spinach in your teeth from breakfast. It reflects back the entire spectrum of your soul, the glorious light, and every single fragmented, shadowy piece you thought you'd lost forever. The connection is so electric, so profound, because on a soul level, they are energetically holding those missing pieces for you. They are the sacred keeper of your disowned power, your silenced song, your forgotten joy. This is the great cosmic joke and the divine genius of the journey. That unbearable longing you feel for them, it's a clever decoy. The longing is not ultimately for their physical presence. It's a soul-deep, cellular yearning for the wholeness that their energy represents. Every time you think of them and your heart aches, it's not just pining, it's navigating. That feeling is a compass needle swinging wildly toward true north. And true north is you, your complete, integrated, sovereign self. The separation, then, is not a cruel punishment from the universe. It is a sacred, necessary container for the most important quest of your life, the scavenger hunt for your own soul. The thought of them is the clue. The emotion it triggers is the X on the map. Feeling insecure? That's the map telling you to dig for the fragment of your self-worth you abandoned. Feeling needy? That's the signal to reclaim your innate sense of abundance and self-sufficiency. They are the perfect trigger, the ultimate catalyst, because their energy is so perfectly attuned to yours that they can't help but press on every single bruise and highlight every single vacancy. It's not personal, it's purposeful. This is spiritual surgery, and the mirror is the scalpel. It's meant to be uncomfortable. You're reassembling yourself, and that is sacred, messy, glorious work. So the next time that wave of longing washes over you, don't drown in it. Don't see it as a measure of your distance from them. See it as a measure of your proximity to you. Thank them, wherever they are, for being such a flawless mirror. Then, turn inward. Ask the egg, what part of me are you asking me to find? What truth are you asking me to finally voice? What power are you asking me to reclaim? This is how you turn obsession into devotion, devotion to your own awakening. And the most beautiful part? As you lovingly gather these lost pieces of yourself, a miraculous thing begins to happen. The longing transforms. It softens from a desperate ache into a quiet, confident knowing, because you're starting to realize that the love you sought in union with them was only ever a reflection of the union you were forging within yourself. And that is where the real miracle begins. But what if I told you this entire sacred scavenger hunt was orchestrated by a version of you that exists outside of time? A you that knew exactly what it was doing when it chose this mirror, this pain, this glorious path. Now that is a thought worth diving into. So here you are. You've traveled the length of this idea, this notion that the very thoughts you've been fighting are actually your guides. It's a lot to take in, isn't it? To shift from seeing yourself as a lovesick victim of circumstance to a conscious, willing participant in your own soul's most daring expedition. This is where the path curves inward, and the real magic begins to unfold. Not in some distant future of romantic reunion, but in the quiet, profound revolution happening within you right now. Let's be honest, the journey can feel like you're trying to solve a cosmic riddle while wearing a blindfold. You stumble, you question, you have days where you're convinced you've got it all wrong. But what if every moment of confusion, every pang of that aching longing was simply a tuning fork vibrating at a frequency designed to bring you back into harmony with yourself? This isn't about enduring a test to win a prize. This is about undergoing a transformation so complete that the very need for the prize, as you once imagined it, simply dissolves. The caterpillar doesn't endure the chrysalis to get better at being a caterpillar. It allows itself to be utterly undone, liquefied into something new, because on a cellular level, it remembers the blueprint for wings. Your soul remembers its blueprint for wholeness. That ache, that's the liquefaction. It's not comfortable, but it is necessary. This is the sacred alchemy of the twin flame journey. You are the laboratory, the ancient formula, and the philosopher's stone all at once. You are learning to take the base metal of your perceived lacks and insecurities, the very ones their reflection so perfectly highlighted, and through the fire of your own conscious awareness, transmute them into the gold of self-realization. That feeling of, I need them to feel complete, is the base metal. The realization that their reflection showed me where I believed I was incomplete, and I am now healing that within myself, is the alchemical gold. You are no longer pining for a person. You are integrating a principle, the principle of your own inherent and unassailable worth. The most profound union you will ever experience is not the day you stand in the same room with them again. It is the moment you stand fully in the center of your own being, no longer at war with the reflections, no longer fleeing from the thoughts, but grateful for every single one of them because you understand their divine purpose. You realize the entire dance, the meeting, the triggering, the separation, the unbearable longing, was a meticulously orchestrated curriculum for your awakening. And in that realization, a profound peace descends. The energy you once spent on resistance and yearning now flows freely into creation, compassion, and a quiet, unshakable joy that is yours and yours alone. This journey does not end with a dramatic fairy tale finale. It culminates in a gentle, powerful exhale into a new way of being. You begin to walk through the world not as half of a whole seeking its other, but as a sovereign, complete universe unto yourself, capable of sharing your boundless light without need or depletion. The connection with your twin flame doesn't vanish. It transcends. It shifts from a desperate, horizontal pull across space and time to a vertical, resonant alignment within your own spirit. You carry them not as a missing piece, but as a cherished note in the symphony of your becoming. You are finally, utterly home. And from this place of wholeness, all things, miraculous, unexpected, and divinely right, become possible. And the most beautiful truth, this isn't a distant fantasy. This arrival is available to you in the very next breath you take. The moment you choose to see the thought of them not as a torment, but as a gentle nudge from your soul saying, we're ready for the next step. Are you ready to learn what that next step truly looks like?